Great rising. Great rising. It's early. I don't know how many people gonna get on this early, but this is the time that I can do this, so I'm here. This is the time that I can do it, so I'm here. Great rising, great rising. Hey, Joe. Okay, Warrior in Christ, Angelique Blessing, Divine Bella, Grand Rising, peace, 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 greetings, things of that nature. I've been having a hard time sleeping lately, getting adjusted to the new environment and new dynamics that I'm building in this particular part of my season. So resting hasn't been as well as I would like, but I'm assuming that it will be coming soon. I'm assuming that it will be coming soon. There will be a time where I feel like I got the answer and I'm not up late at night thinking and trying to find the answer. I labeled this video taken for granted. As I've been working over here in Arizona to build this new season, a new chapter of my life, one of the things that I realize is that it's so easy in this day and age and in this culture that we live in to take the simple things for granted. I've been saying this for a long time. We take a lot of things for granted. We don't realize how privileged we are. We don't realize how powerful we are. And we don't realize that we have the capacity to make a choice every moment, every second, every minute, every hour of the day that is in our favor, that is in partnership with the divine. When we move in a disconnect from that information, in a disconnect from ourselves, and a disconnect from spirit, whatever that is for you, and a disconnect from our grounding, from the universe, we believe in the illusion. We believe in a false reality. We believe in the negative Nancy in our mind telling us we can't do it, that we can't be out here being different from the masses, that we can't move beyond our limitations, that we can't produce a reality that challenges the status quo. And I strive in everything that I do to be the person to tell you that you can. That no matter what obstacle, no matter what narrative they try to give you or paint for you, you are the person that is able to forge against and forge through whatever is being said or done in that season of your life. You just have to make the choice. How are you waking up daily to make the choice to be in a partnership with whatever the highest connection is for you? Whether it's God, whether it's spirit, whether it's your ancestors, your angels, whatever it is. I don't care what it is for you. How are you waking up every day saying that I make a choice today to be in partnership with the divine? And because I know I have a divine partnership, that means I have a divine assignment, and I will not fail the assignment, right? I will not fail the assignment. I'm going to always walk in that power, knowing that it's not just me. I think sometimes we get confused and we get caught in a mindset of it's in my hands. I'm the only one that has power in the situation. And it's more than just you. It's the seen and the unseen that is at work to bring in your greatest accomplishment? Grand rising, grand rising. Like, I'm really fortunate and blessed to have been able to experience all the things that I have been able to experience in this journey of mine. I'm very fortunate and blessed to be in the position that I'm in today, to be willing to risk it all. Like, I have made choices over the last probably 30 to 45 days to be willing to risk everything to still be of service, to be willing to risk everything that I have established in different seasons of my life to say, no, there's still more that I can do. There's still more that I can show up for. There's still something else that is bigger than me calling me. And in this season of my life, I was laying there not too long ago, and I was like, so many times we take it for granted, and we think that I got another day to start the diet. I got another day to stop doing whatever I'm addicted to, whether it's sex, drugs, alcohol, food, whatever the case may be, right? Being a workaholic. I got another moment. I got another hour. I'm going to start on Monday. But what if you don't? Like, what if you don't have until next Monday to start the diet? I'm pretty sure that person who died of a heart attack, that person who is laying in the grave right now, that wanted to start the business, that they were saying when they turned the age of 25, they were going to do X, Y, and Z. When they turned the age of 50 and they retired, they were going to travel the world. Beloved, if you wait until the timing is right, until the moment is perfect, until whatever it is that you are putting in your mind, whatever story that you're entertaining, whatever limitation that you are literally allowing you to stay in your fear, you're convincing yourself that this fear-based mentality is okay. I'm telling you now, throw it in the trash. The things that I have experienced within a week, just even over the week, the things that I'm listening to. And I always have this reality check. Let me have a moment of transparency with y'all. I always have a reality check when whatever I'm doing, there's always someone, some messenger that gives me a reality check. Right? It's always somebody who sends me. There's a divine angel that comes in my life in whatever moment or season I'm having and gives me that reality check like, oh, that's what you worried about? That's what you concerned about, right? So I'm sitting here and, I remember the first time I had that I can recall that I had the reality check. I was, this is when I was dealing with fashion and I'm designing clothes, and, I was frustrated because I didn't have a manufacturer, or I was, something dealing with the manufacturer. Like, I'm just trying to get the clothes manufactured, and I think somebody had messed up, like the manufacturer I used, they had messed up samples, something crazy, right? Something crazy. And it was like, boom, I'm like fussing, like, damn, I'm just like trying to get this. And I'm thinking like my whole day was upset because the manufacturer messed up something. It was either an order or something crazy, right? That's what I was frustrated about. But meanwhile, I'm leaving out of my 5-bedroom house in a nice area. I'm driving in the car, not having to get on a bus, and great transportation. I'm on the way to another business that I decided to start because I had all this free time, right? I'm living a life that I should be full of gratitude for. And so I walk into the store. Me and my friend were partnering on, and it was a young lady in there. trying to find an outfit for her to go dance in at that night. She was the only person in her home that was making money, and it is her way to pay her way through school. She was going through nursing school, take care of her household, and do some of the things that she had to take care of. The responsibilities that were on, or she felt was on her shoulder, was to dance. And in our community, it's heavily promoted. You either go on, you hoeing or stripping, or both. You know, you doing something strange for some change, okay? And so I'm listening to her talk about her situation and talk about, what was going on in her life at that moment. And it was such a humbling experience. It was such a humbling experience because I realized I've spent majority of my morning, majority of my day complaining about some first world bullshit. That's what I call them, first world problems. I spent majority of my morning complaining about some first world bullshit. When there's people out here that are experiencing hardship and they don't even see another way out. They don't even see that they can be more than what they are choosing to be. They don't even understand or have the ideal or, can even fathom a different lifestyle than the one that they are living. They know that there's got to be something different, but there's nobody really showing them a reflection of what that is. Giving them a guiding hand out of the bullshit. So I remember that day, it clicked something for me because I realized, you've been complaining, you've been in your feelings, you've been upset majority of the day over something as minuscule as maybe an order didn't get done right, somebody messed up a sample, but you got a roof over your head, you got a car to drive, you got food to eat, your kids are healthy. There's nobody making you get on a pole. That would be hard anyway. Ain't nobody making you get on a stripper pole. Ain't nobody hoeing you out. If anything, you hoeing yourself out, right? There's none of this going on. And you have a choice to choose what life you want to live today. You wake up every day with the choice and the freedom to live the life that you desire. Humbling moment, and one that I think a lot of us tend to take for granted. There are people that are in the world going through some real life shit, real life problems, that don't know where their next meal is going to come from, that don't know if they're going to survive to see the next day, that don't know where they're going to sleep tonight because of either choices that they've made, choices that their parents have made in case it's generational, choices that are based from a limited perspective. And what I realized then and even now with what I do now, we each have a responsibility. One, a responsibility to ourselves, to stop taking shit for granted, to move in a mindset and a perspective that is full of life, full of hope, and full of spirit. Excuse me. But then the other thing is we have a responsibility to humanity. To actually be, if you are out here as a banker or, someone working an honest job, someone that has figured out just a little bit of how to get out of struggle mentality, just a little bit. You have a responsibility to show someone else. You have to pay it forward and show somebody else how to get out of that too. Show somebody else how to make it beyond their, their hardship. Be the helping hand as well that is pulling other people up, or at least showing them the fundamentals. Be the reflection in your local community to show young girls, young boys that there are upstanding citizens that have made a way out of no way. Whether it's through real estate, whether it's through holistic healing, whether it's through anything that it is that you do that shows somebody a different reflection of than the narrative that they might be seeing. Because what I do see is that our young boys and young girls, the reason that they think that drugs or alcohol is the way out is because they're watching you. The reason that they see the glorified pimp hoes, strippers, drug dealers as a thing to be aspiring for, or I ain't gonna say what I'm about to say because that's gonna be taken really wrong. I low-key feel like the entertainment industry has become glorified pimps and hoes. I'm just saying. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother lot. We ain't gonna go there today. But the reason that they are aspiring to be these things because there is no one glorifying the doctor anymore. There's no one glorifying, the film producer. There's no one glorifying the herbalist. There's no one glorifying the different positions that can be played in a community. No one's glorifying the farmer. No one's glorifying the auto mechanic. No one's glorifying the people who make the world go round. We have to change that narrative, and we have to become a reflection of that for our young girls and our young boys, so they can aspire to be more than the stripper, the hoe, the pimp, the drug dealer. Because if they don't see it, then they're not going to want to become it. Their only option in their mind is, I got to figure out how I can make money today. How can I get money right now so I can eat, so I can put food on the table for my kids, or so I can put a roof over our head? What is going to be the solution that I can create right now that doesn't make me feel like it's a scam? Some of y'all got kids looking at y'all in your own home, and because you don't make it seem like it's a great thing that you go to your job every day, because you complaining about going to your job and you still crying about being just over broke, they looking at y'all like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be my mama. I don't want to be my daddy. I don't want to be stuck just over broke. So it seems like the stripper and the hoe having way more fun than my mama having. It seems like the drug dealer dude, he seemed to be having a better lifestyle than my daddy, because he complaining about driving this bus. My daddy complaining about getting up, going to work every day. You have to be mindful not only how those words affect you personally, and you are taking for granted and have no gratitude for the life that you have created for yourself, but you also have to pay attention that your children are watching it. And now they are taking on the narrative of, seems like that shit ain't fun. I don't want to do it the way you doing it. The way you doing it don't seem like it's working out for you. I'm gonna go follow this one over here. At least you get to drive the fancy cars. At least it look like it's a glamorous lifestyle. Now you got our babies, aspiring to be some dumb shit. I never understood it when I was working at that store with my friend. I never understood what was so intriguing about wanting to be the stripper, wanting to be the escort. Like, I've been around them probably my whole adult life, and I never understood, like, why was that the choice? Why is that the choice? Why you don't feel like you got another choice? You real smart. You got a whole lot of talents. Why is this the one that you chose? Not knocking, because let me be clear. I got a lot of friends and a lot of people in my circle that have chosen that lifestyle. But I never understood when it would be young girls that maybe just had a baby and couldn't wait to get back on the stage. Couldn't wait to get back in their lifestyle because they never seen anything else outside of this lifestyle to aspire to do. It's fast money. I get idolized, seen, and recognized. It's glorified, but nobody's talking about the things that are not glorified. Nobody's talking about the repercussions of the lifestyle. Nobody's talking about why. It's been raining crazy today. Nobody's talking about how it takes a toll on the mind, body, and the spirit. The holistic dynamic from it. Nobody's wanting to tackle the real shit. I watched this story. That's what got me on the tip that I am at 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, now 7 o'clock in the morning. I watched this story about a young lady that they did a documentary about. And they were documenting her story of being on drugs, being homeless. And while she was on drugs, she developed a mental disease. And then she got chosen to go into, well, she didn't get chosen. She had no choice. She got sentenced to go into recovery. And as she recovered, her clarity came back. Was a lot of beauty and pain that was revealed in her story. And watching that story and listening to it and understanding it from a different perspective was my next aha moment. Yesterday, or the last couple of days, being honest, I've been quiet and from social media because, I'm dealing with a lot of things that are challenging for other people. And I'm having to be the rock or be a source of support and be someone who is a vessel that is able to pour into those who are broken beyond what some would think is impossible to repair. And one of the clients had shared this lady's story with me because the therapy that she ended up having to help her recover, they were saying that they feel that I'm on the same path, that there's something about the way that I'm striving to help people who are wanting to recover from drugs and alcohol, wanting to recover from different addictions, that there's something revolutionary that I'm striving to create within this system. And it was humbling because I remember for the last couple of days, I've been on one. I've been in my projector bitterness because I was just kind of like complaining about first world issues a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit like, cable. Internet man took 4 hours to come. You complaining about the internet man taking 4 hours to come, and you got people who they just trying to figure out. They got a job in line. They got certain things they working on, and they just trying to figure out where they gonna stay. They trying to turn their life around. They trying to get on stable ground, and they just trying to figure out where they gonna stay. You sitting here in a condo in a house that's empty, in a whole all the way across the world, in a whole nother state, and you are complaining about the internet man who took 4 hours, and you had other shit that you could have been doing in them 4 hours. Which I ain't gonna lie, I still could have been doing other shit. But it still was like, you're taking what you have in this moment. The fact that you even had the opportunity to take off most of the day just so you can wait. Take a nap, wait for the internet man to come, is something to be grateful for. We have a lot to be grateful for. We have a lot to be grateful for. Even if your story is in the starting process, it's so much to be grateful for, but you have to find the gratitude in it. You got to find the gratitude in having good health. And the fact that you open your eyes this morning, you got to find gratitude that you have a roof over your head. You got to find the gratitude that you holding this phone or this tablet or whatever it is that you watching me on right now. Like, you got to find gratitude in that you even have that peace, that capacity, that capability, right? You got to find gratitude in some of the most simple things, because there's somebody that don't have any of it. There's somebody that's striving to figure out how to just get one of the things that you got. Somebody trying to figure that out right now. And the next time that you decide to be upset or be in your feelings or go through a challenging moment, take a breath, take a moment, and realize that this is a choice right now. I can choose to be on that bullshit. I can choose to be on that bullshit. Or I can choose gratitude. I can choose happiness. I can choose life. One of the things I used to always tell my students on She Is Magic is you can choose life or death, but it's still a choice. You can choose to allow something, someone, to tear you down, to wreak havoc on you. Or you can choose to speak life into it. Speak abundance into it. Speak joy into it. Speak overflow into it. Either way, it's still a choice, right? It's still a choice. You just got to make the choice. In the pause, in the gap, in that moment, before the mind starts to go click, 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 click. In that moment, before that mind starts to racing, because that's what it do, start ego tripping, you have like a little small window to say, you know what, I'm not. The devil is a lie. Y'all got to remember, that's why our grandparents were so damn dope. I don't know about y'all's, but I think about my grandparents. My grandparents were so damn dope because grandparents had all the damn sayings that was really affirmations, that really were commandment statements to make things click in their mind, like, I rebuke you. All the things. Think about all the things that your grandma or your grandpa or some of y'all parents said. They literally would take hold of whatever the enemy was, whatever the energy was even, and remove it from even having a hold on them. Their power and their ability to shift energy with words was ridiculous. And we don't do that anymore. Now we stuck. Now we stuck in that narrative, or stuck in this, whirlwind of a pattern of allowing life to pull us down into the never-ending cycle of the woe is me, the negative Nancy, negative Nan, whoever you want to call it. And I'm like, baby, that's a choice. Now let's be clear. I'm going to end it on this because I know I'll go in a whole different live on this. Let's be clear. There are several factors that make it hard for you to take a hold of things the way that our grandparents were able to shift energy. Let's say that, right? One of the things is y'all walking around with toxin on top of toxin. You walking around trying to figure out why you so depressed, why you so emotional, why you so sensitive, why y'all this my Kanye season, like why y'all on some punk ass shit. The reason you are is because y'all putting bullshit in your body. You are allowing toxins to just contaminate the body, which contaminates the mind. If your gut health is not on point, your mind won't be on point. There's no way that you're going to believe that the devil is a lie. There's no way that you're going to believe that if you don't even have the clarity within yourself to believe it. You don't even got clarity in yourself. You walking around justifying eating this heavily processed food. This is why 30-year-olds looking like 50-year-olds right now. Y'all asses is looking old and dusty as hell because you eating horrible. You're eating foods that don't serve you, foods that don't pour and speak life into you. You barely drinking water. You're drinking more alcohol than you're drinking water. Or you're drinking more sugar-induced food drinks than you're drinking water. Or water that, or liquids that hydrate you, or you dehydrated. That's one. Two, you are allowing all of these different tools and things to distract you from your right mind. You are allowing social media, TV, propaganda to have you hyped up and believing in some dumb shit. You know in your spirit, you know in your right mind, as the elders would say, you know in your right mind what feels good, what makes sense. But because of the propaganda, because of all these toxins you got in your body just floating around, you're not able to make a choice. You're not able to speak clarity. You're not able to speak life. You're not able to command out of the universe to bless you. You gotta reset. And the only way you can reset is you gotta reset the body first. If you want the mind to follow, you gotta reset this. This is the key. This whole physical being that you have is the key to your success and whatever it is that you're striving to create in your life. And the more that you grab hold to, I am the key to the way and the light, right? Then that means, okay, I gotta actually take care of this. I need to keep it hydrated. I need to pay attention to what type of oils I put on my body, what type of foods I put in my system, what supplements am I taking, what food, healthy, organic, real farm, grown food. What am I taking? What am I putting in my body? What am I, creating in my environments? Go back to my yacht. What am I creating in my environments that actually will support who I am authentically, who my true self is? What am I creating? Am I creating a healthy lifestyle? Am I getting out walking? Am I getting in motion? Am I surrounding myself with positive people? Because if you surround yourself with negative people, you are going to become the next one. if you surround yourself with people who are like crazy as hell, chaotic as hell, toxic as hell, you're going to become that person too. You're going to believe that that's part of your narrative. You're going to start to think that that's part of who you're supposed to be too. You're going to start to believe in that dumb shit too. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. Don't allow yourself to get caught or trapped in environments with people, with regimens that are not serving the God in you. Because once again, you are taking this well-designed vessel that you've been gifted this particular lifetime with. You're taking it for granted. You're taking it for granted, baby. And if you're going to take it for granted, then what's the purpose, man? Like, what we doing? If you're going to take it for granted, then what we doing? If you're going to start taking it for granted, like, what are we really doing? Don't complain no more. I think that's where I'm at now. Like, don't complain about your money. Don't complain about your circumstances. Don't complain about your environment when you are not doing what you need to be doing for yourself. You're not concerned. You don't appreciate it. And you ain't sick and tired of being sick and tired yet. You still like it in pain and suffering. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you still got a choice. You have a new 24 hours today. Today is the 19th. We are 2 days away from being done with our 21 days of gratitude. Hopefully, it has shifted your consciousness. It has shifted something in your life. It has made you more appreciative of something. I think today's dynamic was something in your home. I might be wrong. I want to say is like, what are you grateful for that's in your home? I think it's something like that, right? So, hopefully within these 21 days, you have been able, if you've done the challenge with us, you've been able to tap in, become more aware, become more present, become more thankful, appreciative of the life that you live, and find a way to pay it forward for someone. Just someone. If you can figure out once a month, who can I pay it forward to? If you're way more fortunate than that, then do it once a week. If you're way more fortunate than that, do it once a day. But start somewhere where you can pour back into humanity the way that the universe has poured into you. You know? Okay? That is something that I think we all need a little bit of. We all need to figure out. We all need to, incorporate. I had to laugh because once I got I've always been on a certain path, and I've always sometimes overly sacrificed things that I had to help, my friends, my family, and even coming out here, I sacrificed being able to only have to work 4 hours to 6, 7, 8 hours, something like that. 6 hours a day. No, 6 hours a month. Damn, not even a day. Less than 10 hours a month. I sacrifice working less than 10 hours a month. Living in a home that I've curated to fit my tastes and my loves and my passion. Being around my family and having the love and the support of my parents and my children. I've sacrificed all of that to come across the world, across, the states, to be of service and rob Peter to pay Paul to make sure that I provide a place for people who are homeless, people who are struggling, people who are striving to find their way. And I had to laugh because this is typical me. I've been doing this shit my whole life. And the reason I was laughing, I was like, people been secretly, they be in competition with me, they be beefing with me for whatever reason. And nobody is ever my competition. Nobody is ever even on my radar because I be in competition with myself. How can I be the next best version of myself? What is it that I'm so focused on what my purpose is and what my vision and my mission in life that I am not even paying attention that it's people talking behind my back. It's people that, you know, are saying shady shit. It's people that's really having like a whole conversation about me. And I'm like, y'all not even on my mind or my spirit. You're not even on my mind or my spirit because I really do this for real. It ain't for Instagram. It ain't for social media. This is my real life. I am a person of service for real. I will sacrifice clothes, food out my own refrigerator. My house that got my clients in it right now, they got a refrigerator full of food. I'm over here with juice and fruit. I'm like, I will sacrifice to make sure that somebody else is good because I want to make sure that I am fulfilling my purpose, that I'm doing what it is that I'm supposed to do, because I understand that as long as I'm fulfilling my purpose, as long as I'm doing what Spirit is aligning me to do, then I'm going to always be taken care of. Everything is always provided. Everything. I could be in the middle. Of, like, it's funny because I made a joke yesterday to the internet guy. He was like, I almost couldn't find the condo. And I was like, yeah. I was like, it's a hidden little jewel. But when you come through that door, because I made it my own, as soon as you open the door, you smell cinnamon. Because I have a cinnamon broom hanging over my door. As soon as you come in my space, you feel like you're at peace and at ease because of what I've curated in this space for myself, so I can stay right, so I can stay in alignment with the frequency I need to be on to continue to pour the way that I pour. Not for money, not for likes, not for notoriety, but because this is in alignment with my soul's purpose. It's the difference. It's the difference when you do it because this is what you're supposed to be doing versus you doing it from an ego space. You know? It's different. Anyway, don't get me on that soapbox. That's a whole nother soapbox. I love you. I love you. I love you. Make a choice today. I'm going to tell y'all that all the time. Make a choice from love. Make a choice from peace. Make a choice from freedom, liberation, in how you move and how you create the life that you truly love. It is a choice. Somebody wants to be you. And I'm sure you want to be more than where you are at. But be thankful for this moment. And then set them intentions for where you're going next so we can get there. Because it's possible. It's just waiting on you to make the choice. It's waiting on you to say, I'm sick and tired of this level right now. Let's go. And then make sure that you, when you get to where you're going, you reach back and pull somebody else up. All right? All right. Love you guys. Peace.